All right, it's been a few months. Let's do a check on these no-turn compost deals. Okay. And if you remember, this is alfalfa, which was soaked in natural farming inputs, as well as IMO, and chopped leaves, which was, and then combined. And it's basically just been sitting in here since for a few months now. Okay, just reaching in there, grabbing a nice handful. I like what I see. Let's go a little deeper in there, see what's in there. Oh yeah, that looks good. Smells good. Smells like the earth. I don't think there's any more temperature in these babies at this point. Yeah, they're pretty cold now. So yeah, these started off holding some heat. I haven't touched them. And yeah, this will be a nice addition to a soil that I'm going to be building. And I'm pretty sure once the temperatures warm up again, the stuff will probably start showing a lot more mycelium and stuff like that. But overall, alfalfa, chopped leaves, no turn, looking pretty good. All right, so here's another little deal that I've been working on. I think I started this in July, maybe. And basically what this is, this is IMO 4. That smells good. Which has been composted by black soldier fly larvae. And one thing I'm gonna do this year is I'm gonna turn this into a proper black soldier fly setup, so I can really harness them and capture their capture all the bodies. But yeah, this was put into burlap sacks, and I can't even see the remnants of the sacks right now. But you can see that's some good looking stuff in there. There we go, there's a remnants of the sack. There we go. That's more what I'm looking for right there. See, it's got all those black soldier fly larvae, their old bodies, and when they molt and pupate. So all that is chitin. And if you look it up, chitin is a very important part of fungi. So yeah, I mean, that's just two of the things I got going on right now. IMO 4, burlap sacks, and composted by black soldier fly larvae. And what you get is a big old chunk of goodness. All right, here's another IMO that I've been working on. This is an acorn IMO 3, and I put it in 2 boxes. So it's acorn IMO 3 watered with JLF, and then put in burlap sacks and then in cardboard boxes. And you can see There's tons of isopods in there. Looks like they got into it. Nice little bloom right there. Very nice. So this was started back in August, and I can already see we got some black soldier flies. Must have gotten into it a little bit. I didn't want that, but it's not the end of the world. And then we'll just dig down in that. And just, I mean, it looks good. I mean, nothing to go crazy about, but I know what it is. You know, it's IMO 3, made with acorns, watered, and then burlap sack. So that's all good. That's going to be a nice little addition to my soil, and it'll be loaded with microbes and then all the benefits of the acorns as well. So yeah, a couple things I'm working on during the winter. You know, winter is a time to do things like this, experiment with IMO, just try different things, getting ready for next year. You know, it smells good. All that's just going to be goodness going right back into the garden. And I'm always working on my soil. This is an old pile, last year's pile. It's a pile I'm currently breaking down, working on. So this pile is cold, and it's probably why I'm not seeing any worms up by the surface. But this is good soil. It's a little heavy, so my next so the pile that I'm working on is going to be a lot lighter, so that when I combine them, oh, there we go, there's a nice one. Oh, there he is. So that when I combine the piles, the consistency will be good. Like I said, this one's a little bit heavy for me. There's another big old fat worm. And that's a jumper, so I bet you when I heat him up, he'll start jumping. Let me hold him in here and let him warm up a little bit. Watch that. He's jumping a little bit. He's cold. So, yeah, like I was saying, this pile's a little bit heavy. It's got a lot of bokashi food scraps in it. A lot of my eggshells, bakery stuff. Piece of carbon right there. And this one is much more, you can see it's holding at about 92 over here on the cool side of the pile. Bring this to the sun. And you can see this is more, still really leafy. It's getting there though. Yeah, she's getting there. So yeah, always working on your soil. Winter's a good time for that. Microbes are working even when you're not. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about is compost. This is actually 3 piles. It's wood chips, shredded leaves, and then on the other side is a combination of wood chips, shredded leaves, and alfalfa, which is essentially a hot compost. See, we're cooking. That's cooking right there. And I can see I didn't mix it very well. I see a big, huge chunk of alfalfa here. So this needs a turn. But so what I did was, since I have so much of this leaf and wood chip material, I wanted to start pre-composting it over here. And that way, when I add it to my soil pile, it's already thermophilic and it's just ready. It helps speed up the process a little bit more. Dottie. And music courtesy of the local car wash. That's it. Well, there is one more thing I want to show you, and it's inside my farm fridge. This is where you keep all your natural farming stuff that the wife doesn't want to see in her fridge. Shout out to my Instagram family, Pacha Gardens, Blue Ridge Brooks, and Big City Gardener. Just grow it, baby. Another important part of natural farming is an old farm fridge. I got this one for free. It's dirty, and that's all good. Couple reasons to have your own farm fridge. Number one, the wife doesn't want to see all this kind of stuff in her fridge. And the second reason, it just keeps everything together, consolidated, and somewhat orderly. So, I mean, I have stuff in here like fish that I gotta make FAA. Got some berry FFJ, some comfrey FPJs. This is a nettle FPJ. My man Contrast Natural Inputs. I still have a nice vintage bottle of OHN. I got this probably a couple years ago now, so yeah, we'll do a little celebration when I ever crack this baby open. Some of my FAA, comfrey vinegar, alfalfa, J, another OHN that I got from my buddy Jim. Aloe FPJ, seawater. Definitely want your seawater. This is one of my favorites, seaweed FPJ. Watermelon persimmon. Oh, I got some nice lab there. Need to look at that under a scope, see if it's any good. Here's a little vintage lab. I gotta see, I'd check that out before using it. Got some worm, humic acid, more fish. I need to make FAA, IMO 2, banana FFJ, more LAB or lab, whatever y'all want to call it. So yeah, I mean, that's the importance of a farm fridge. And then in the freezer, I got some bananas. I won't do much with them, they're store-bought. Shrimp peels. Oh, that's a fish gut. Yeah, fish gut. I gotta get on my FAA. Crab shell. Lots of chitin and crab shells. More seafood. And the thing is, you don't have to use all this stuff right away. You know what I mean? Store it, save it when you have enough or when you need it. More seafood. With that corn, that was good. So yeah, I mean, save your leftovers. Get yourself a little farm fridge. Something cheap. This one was 50 bucks or free, I think. I think it was free. And it's loud when I plug it in, but it's all good.